Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again, and for today's video I'm going to share my first team that I've used up in the Fantasy Cup Great League Edition, and this team is a standard ABB team style which is going to be a double steel backline along with Azumarill in the lead. So coming to the Fantasy Cup Great League Edition, this is not what I thought of earlier in the seasons, because unlike Ultra League Edition, the dragons are very squishy in this meta, so it cannot rely on the moveset to attack those steels and the fairies, which will double resist those moves. And apart from that, steels is a really good defensive typing, but the fairies that is also there in the meta, like mainly Azumarill or maybe a Slurpuff or Galarian Weezing, these is quite bulky and it have got a good moveset, mostly fire type moveset that really does super well against steels as well. But still, steel and fairy is going to dominate the matchup because steel does resist fairy and those dragons as well. So that is the reason I will be coming up with a double steel strategy over here in the backline. So since I've got my Registeel in the back that is weak against fighting ground grass, not grass, fighting ground fire, that is the reason I am pairing it up with a water fairy that it can resist all those moves, and with an anchor over here of Galarian Stunfisk in this scenario. So what I felt using this team, Galarian Stunfisk is not really a good option for this meta because of the nerf of Earthquake, which is not really good. So that is the thought process that I had, and jump into the first battle. I pick up a lead against Flygon. So Flygon, I have faced many Flygons with this team, which actually is going to be a core breaker for both like this whole team, but nevertheless I am running neutral hydro pump over here onto my Azumarill and not ice beam. So what I've seen in the PV poke, like the recommended moveset is ice beam. I'm not sure why, but still I'm going to use my hydro cannon for the steel types as well, to which I'll be safe swapping now into my own Galarian Stunfisk, and I'll be going for the next Earthquake. So Earthquake does take care of the Registeel from that kind of range if they don't shield, but since they shield, I will be shielding up once and then I'll be going for the next move as well. But I feel they might catch the next move onto their Flygon over here, which is going to be doing resisted damage, but it is quite classy over here, which I have already mentioned, and it does so much damage in this scenario as well. And from this kind of range, they cannot farm me down with mud shots, so they have to go for the next Dragon Claw that does take me out over here. And now from this kind of range, I can easily come back with my Azumarill and load up on energy. So this is going to be Earth Power, which does a neutral bit of chunk, and now again they will be going for the next move, which I'm quite sure that it is going to be a Dragon Claw, which I can let go, and let's see what the final Pokemon that they have access to apart from their Registeel over here. And the final Pokemon that they have access to is going to be Shadow Analyze Sandslash over here that is running Shadow Claw, and they'll be going for the drill runs that will hurt, but it cannot one shot a bulky Registeel over here. So I'll be going for the first Focus Blast that will be definitely getting the shield from my opponent, and let's see if they can go for back-to-back drill runs over here, or maybe I can go for the next Focus Blast. So drill run coming in, so I'll be shielding up the first move, but it was only Ice Punch, so they switched out into their own Registeel over here, which I am fine with, and now I have to watch out for that drill run over here. But nevertheless, they can farm me down with Shadow Claws, but nevertheless from this kind of range, even a drill run does not take me out. That's how bulky Azumarill is, and I'll be easily going for the next Hydro Cannon that deals neutral damage onto this Avalanche Sandslash and does take care of it and gives me the win for the first battle over here, which is going to be really awesome for me. So GG's and moving on to the next battle, I pick up a lead against Stunfisk. So Stunfisk with the nerf of Earthquake and Azumarill with the buff on Bubble, this is not a good matchup for Stunfisk over here. So they'll be going for the Earthquake, and since though its damage is quite lowered, and now I can easily go for the next Hydro Pump that will be taking out this Stunfisk over here if they're not shielding. So they shield up, which is good for me, and now from this kind of range I can easily tank one more Earthquake over here. But I think I'll be shielding up once over here, or maybe I can let this go as well, and now I'll be going for the next Hydro Pump over here. So this Hydro Pump does take care of the Stunfisk, and let's see what they are having in the back line. So I don't want them to farm me down, so I'll be switching out immediately into my own Registeel as well. And since they were up Hydro Energy with one turn of lock on, so they'll be going into the first move of Focus Blast, and then I can reach to my next move as well. So this Focus Blast coming in, this does handle, like, this does get the final, no, they did not shield over here, and it puts the Registeel quite low over here. And since they let this move go through, I will be trying to getting a farm down, or maybe I'll be going for a switch like catch over here. So I'll be going for the next Focus Blast to get rid of the shield, or maybe to catch to wait out the switch clock and catch the next move onto my Azumarill, which I did perfectly, and I caught the next Focus Blast onto my Azumarill, which was quite low. And let's see what they are having in the back line apart from their Registeel. So it is going to be Azumarill of their own, which I am fine with, because this time, though Stunfisk do not have a good matchup against them, the Azumarill, but still it will do a bit of chunk as well onto with Earthquake over here. So they'll be going for the next Hydro Pump that does take care. It puts me quite low and they can farm me down, but nevertheless I have got a really bulky Registeel over here with loaded Zap Cannon that does take care of the Azumarill, and they comes back with a very low Registeel that gets down with lock on and giving me the win for the second battle here as well. Moving on with the next battle, I pick up a lead against Shadow Magnezone over here, which is really not good for my Azumarill, to which I'll be coming back with my Registeel over here, though my anchor is going to be the Guardian Stunfisk, but this time I'll be coming back with my own Registeel over here, to which they went for a mirror shot for some reason. I'm not sure why, and I let this move go through as well, and now I'll be shielding up the next Wild Charge over here, which is going to be the correct call. And now on this kind of range I can easily double shield, or maybe let this next move go through as well. Yeah, I'll let this move go through as well, and now I can easily come back with my own Stunfisk over here. And since the switch clock were misaligned, I'll be coming back with my Azumarill right now, because my Azumarill have zero play against that Magnezone over here. So they'll be going for this neutral play roughs over here, but since it's the battle of the tanks for the Fantasy Cup, it is going to take some time over here. So I'll be going for my next play rough. For some reason they shielded up that play rough over here. I'm not sure why they shielded up that play rough, but that gives and opens up a win condition for me. So I'll be going for the back-to-back play roughs over here, and now I'll be going for the first one, and one play rough from them does not take me out as well. So multiple play roughs and Earthquake, which is not away, and I caught the next move of play rough onto my Stunfisk as well, which is really gruesome for them. So not to be not to troll someone or anything like that. So I really did a good catch onto my Guardian Stunfisk over here, and from this kind of range I can easily go for the first Rock Slide and like Earthquake, and then the Rock Slide to take care of the Azumarill and shave up one shield for my Stunfisk as well, because the final Pokemon that they have access to is going to be a Dragalge over here, which have access to Aqua Tail that hits for super equip damage onto my Stunfisk over here, and I'll be loading up on extra energy onto my Stunfisk, and then I'll be going for the next Earthquake over here. So Earthquake does take care of the Dragalge over here because of the partial poison typing, and the final Pokemon that they have access to is going to be a Magnezone, and again I got the next Wild Charge or maybe Mirror Shot onto my Azumarill over here, and before the final Volt Switch came in, I am able to reach to the next Hydro Cannon that does take care of the Magnezone over here and gives me the win for the third battle here as well. So it was the battle of the switches over here that usually gives the win for this battle in this scenario. So GG's to my friend, really well played. Moving on with the next battle, I pick up a lead against Escav over here, and for Escav they'll be going for this neutral drill runs over here, but I have my own Hydro Pump loaded, and which they caught onto their Azumarill over here, which is like Wigglytuff over here, which is not good. And now since they're using Charm over here, I'll be coming back with my own Grill and Stunfisk over here because it have got a zero play against not zero play, it have got a less light against the matchup of Escav over here, to which I can let this next charge move go through as well, which is going to be Trillion. That does not take me out, but I will be going for the next Earthquake that does neutral damage, and it does get the first shield from my opponent's end here as well, which is huge. And from this kind of range I can easily come back with my own Azumarill and shield up the first next move, which I believe is going to be a drill run, but it ends up being an aerial ace, which is fine for me. And now again they comes back with their next Fairy type, which is going to be a Granbull over here that is starting Charm, and I'll be easily coming back with my own Registeel over here. So it's a really good battle for me because it's double Fairy against my double Steel backline, which is going to totally obliterate them. And now from this kind of range I can easily farm up enough energy and I can save up the shield for my own Azumarill over here. Drillon takes the Registeel out, and Azumarill is quite healthy as well. So I'll be going for the bubble beat down onto this Escav that goes down and gives me the win for this battle here as well. So GG's. Hopping into the final battle of the video and the set, I pick up a lead against Shadow Firefang Mawile, to which they safe swaps into Azumarill, and it's going to be met with my Registeel over here. So Registeel is a really good counter to Azumarill over here because I have access to Zap Cannon that hits this Azumarill quite hard and gets the attack drop as well. So now the Hydro Cannon won't do much damage over here. Yeah, as you guys can see, Hydro Cannon does hurt, but it is debuffed right now, so I'll be going for the next Zap Cannon of my own over here. So Zap Cannon does take care of the Azumarill over in this scenario, and still I have got enough HP to go for the maybe go for the next move, or maybe they can get the farm down over here with Firefang. I'm not sure. Yeah, they will be going the Firefang down, and since I have maintained alignment over here, I can easily switch out into my own Azumarill and take those Iron Heads and Power Up Punch really well as well. And the final Pokemon that they have access to is going to be again Fairy type, which is going to be Dedenne, which does have a really bad matchup against this Steel ground type, so it does resist all the moves of Thunder, Thunder Shock, Discharge, Play Rough, everything. So I'll be going for the next neutral Rock Slides over here, and that does take care of the Dedenne over here in this scenario. And the final Pokemon again they comes back is going to be their own Shadow Firefang Mawile over here. So one Power Up Punch does not take me out, so I'll be shielding. I'll be going for the next Rock Slide that hits for neutral, not neutral. It's going to be resistant damage, but still I do get this shield from that kind of range, and I can easily come back with my Azumarill and I'll be going for the next Play Rough. So Play Rough does raise their damage again, but since they're quite low and they have shields, so they will be shielding up, and now I have a double shield advantage onto my Azumarill over in this scenario. So be it a power up punch or maybe Iron Head, I'll be shielding up the first one, and then I'll be going for the next play rough that does enough razor damage to take out the Shadow Mawile from that kind of HP and give me the win for the final battle of the video and this set over here. So this team was so much fun for me to use, but if you're using this team, do switch out Galarian Stunfisk for a bit of some more steel types, maybe a Escav or maybe a Lucario as well. That gives me a bit more safety and consistent over here. So if you're trying out this team, let me know how it is working out for you, and that will be all for this video, and see you again in the next one. Till then, peace.